What's up, everybody? I've been told that I need to get behind the camera here, so we're gonna try this out today. So I recently got accepted to Sick Week or Sick Summer for the Midwest guys. Part of that is that the car needs to be up to date with all my certifications. Have things like working headlights, taillights, horn, the works. So I've done a lot of that in the past. My car does have working headlights, turn signals. I put a horn on it, dome light, some of that. But one of the things I don't have, which has always been an annoyance, is a set of reverse lights. So I have a TH400 on the car. It obviously works great at the track, but off the cuff, it doesn't have any ability to do reverse lights. So I ordered a accessory kit, I guess, that Hurst makes. I didn't even know it was a thing. Comes with a small micro switch, so we're going to install it today, and I'll walk you through the process and make sure it works. For anybody unfamiliar with the channel, I try to do a lot of how-tos and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to document getting the car ready for Sick Summer. Supposedly it's going to be a 1,000-mile drive. I need to make a receiver for my parachute mount for a trailer. Wire and trailer lights. I might move my trans cooler, some other stuff I got up my sleeve to try to make sure that this car is pretty competitive and makes it. I'm going to be in the 275 class. It's got an 850 cap in it, so should be a lot of fast stuff in that class. Obviously a lot of it is the whole drag and drive portion of it. So, not only do you got to go quick, but you got to be able to bring your stuff with you. No tools, could be brought to you, trailers, stuff like that. So, kind of nervous, pretty excited, but, if you want to follow me through the process, make sure to give me a like, give me a subscribe, and, I'll have more in the future.
All right, so when you get the package, there's not too much in there. I was actually kind of surprised on how simple this all is. Part number's up there on the top. I'll put a link in my description if you want to get one yourself. All right, so let's open it and see what all's in here. All right, so basically this is just a contact switch. You're gonna have a little button here, which when you shift the shifter, it's gonna come across and turn it on. And then when it goes to other spots, obviously it's gonna shut it off. All right, so here you can see my Hurst shifter. Sorry, the car's kind of a mess. I have this cover plate that I made for it. Pop that off. And then you can get to the shifter itself. The switch is supposed to mount here, as we mentioned earlier. If you look, that there is there's two separate mounting holes. There's gonna be one in the back, one on the front, with this little slot in there. My understanding is that this is just gonna mount straight in there. And then based on the position of the shifter, it will engage and disengage. All right, also to save some time, here's the wiring diagram provided by Hurst itself. So if you look at the switch, you have two contacts. According to this diagram, you're gonna run fused power, or I guess positive power, to the side switch, this guy here. And then you're gonna have your output wire, which is this guy here, go to your actual tail lights or backup lights. So I'm not going to go over how to run wires. My car, when I bought it as a shell, it had no wiring, so I'm going to have to actually run these circuits. But if you have pre-existing wiring, obviously hook them up as you see fit. All right, so before we get too far, we're gonna test this. So I got my multimeter leads here. One on the one, put that on the other guy there. All right, so we're gonna read continuity. All right, so it's beeping, so that means there's contact. It goes away. So you should only have that in the reverse location. So right now, all right, so that's a quick check so we know that it's gonna work.
All right, so I ran this wire here to a switched ignition source. That'll obviously provide our 12 volts to our reverse lights. So we're gonna plug that in to the top, or I guess the middle piece of the switch here. Obviously we can clean up that wiring later. And then I have this second lead here, which has got a blue wire.
this is going to be the wire that's actually going to go feed your reverse lights. So we'll give that a plug in up top. So you can see the two terminals plugged in on there. Depending on how your car is, obviously that blue wire will have to go to whatever your reverse lights are. On my car, I don't have factory wiring, so I'm going to splice into my harness. So we'll do that, and then we'll test. All right, so let's test it now. Reverse.
All right, so there you have it. Pretty simple installation. Obviously you need to pull switch 12 volts to the one side of the shifter switch. The other side gets wired to your reverse lights. Depending on how your car's set up, you know, there's a magnitude of ways that you can accomplish that, but this is going to be really helpful. I've tinted windows, so sometimes backing up the car is a pain. I also have a double-din screen. I'm thinking of adding a camera on there, so again with this reverse light switch input, I'll be able to have the reverse camera actually activate when I go in reverse, which will be really nice. So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want to see more. Like I said, we're going to walk through basically all the preparation and get this car ready for SICK summer. It's the first weekend of June. You know, there's a lot of things that definitely need to make sure we'll be good before putting the car through the tests.
I appreciate you watching, and make sure if you want to see more, you subscribe. Thanks.